Welcome to the Great Lakes Smoke Podcast Show. What we talk about basically is the love and the passion of cigars, pipe smoking, tobacco, alcohol, brothers chilling out and having a good time, laughter.
Well, how else are you gonna, enjoy a nice bourbon?
And you kind of went animalistic on tobacco buying, haven't you?
And the Rocky Patel Pure and Simple. I don't know, that thing just tastes so good.
Aficionados, and welcome to another Great Lakes Podcast Show. Oh, this week went fast, indeed. Guys, we got an exciting guest coming up. We hope you're all turning in and going to be smoking one of tuning on.
Or you could turn into.
We're going to turn into a Kristoff Cigar. That's what we're going to do.
Capra.
That's what we're going to do. Matter of fact, tonight I am smoking a Cameroon Kristoff. That's my smoker tonight. And I hope you guys are all going to stay on board. And we got a lot of information to give you. So I always like to tell everybody, grab yourself a pen and paper.
Is that cigar related to a possible guest that we have on tonight?
That is.
Wow.
That is.
Wow.
So
that was your lead-in, huh?
That's my lead-in. But I will give the name soon. You know me.
I know.
All right.
But make sure you get it right this time.
Right. Let's not make it the actress.
No. I won't make it. I won't make it her name. I got his name right here in case I need to look at it, But anyway, folks, again, pen and paper. Take down some information that we're going to give from you tonight. We want to thank all the newbies and everybody who's been coming on. For your first timers, we'll introduce ourselves. My name is Ron Pecorini. This is my brother,
How you
Dav
doing,
Pecorini.
folks? What's going on?
The curtain master, the man behind the scenes there, one and only Kyle Gesso.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome.
There he is, sitting in his own lounge. And then the man down in Florida, the shaker, the guy who talks about anything and everything in history. The one, the only.
The better-looking cousin.
The better-looking cousin.
You mean the bald one?
From Stump the Chooch himself, Cousin Frank.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, that's like that.
That's like out of Seinfeld.
Hello.
With the belly button one.
Anyway, folks, Kyle, we're going to get our sponsors for tonight's show out of the way quickly because there's so much to talk about. And I know Cousin Frank is eager to get to this day in history because there's a lot going on.
Oh, yeah.
And we got a wonderful gift to give away tonight. So I hope you all stay on board and get on your Facebook pages and answer the questions that only Cousin Frank knows the answer. Oh, yes. Look at the maestro sitting there.
Look at him. Look how sure he is of himself tonight.
Mr. Confidant, Mr. Egotist. Yeah. All right.
Il professore. Okay.
All right. Kyle, take it away and give our sponsors a shot tonight.
Our sponsors are Dav Cigars out of New York. Decades of experience combined with true love and deep understanding of cigars result in the highest level of standard of each DAV hand-rolled cigar. Next sponsor is Rna Treasures out of Tampa Bay, Florida, the last of a legacy. The last inventory from Thomas Cristiano in a warehouse where everything is aged and well kept for all your pipe and smoking needs. And finally, the Chicago Pipe Collectors Club, one of the largest and oldest pipe groups in North America, with the largest pipe show worldwide. Every first weekend in May. Always looking for new members, and if you're interested, please contact via Facebook. And now, back to you, Ron.
Thank you very much, Kyle. That's awesome. Again, always looking for more sponsors, folks. We're here to...
Did we get good humor this week?
No.
Oh, Mr. Softy.
Mr. Softy.
Mr. Softy. They got a pill for that, you know.
thought we were trying to get tasty cakes.
Oh. Well, anyway, kind of threw me off course there, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, folks, I'm glad you came in, and tonight special
they're
guest
all in.
is
Look at this.
the whole room. The whole room.
They filled it up.
That.
Yeah,
Came out of nowhere. I think between 1:30 and 2:30 they made a major drop.
they did.
They did. Okay. Anyway, tonight's
Kyle doesn't understand what's going on.
Oh, Kyle got
his
it.
eyes are just going back and forth.
he got it.
If you got it, I'd see a doctor.
It's only
Hey,
temporary.
It's curable, you know.
It's only
I
temporary.
want to give out a special shout out to a recent friend that was just on the show, to Mr. Alan Gold.
Alan, yeah.
Alan Gold is with Vertigo and Lotus Lighters, and he has become a real special part of the crew, and just been very, very, I guess, how do you say, been big-hearted for sending us items here for the crew and for the show. And
Yeah, I'm
we've
using
got
his
four
lighter tonight
lighters
too.
Yep, there's
Using
the
it up
lighter.
the
And we got
Margaritaville
some more
fins.
today also.
There you go.
Of the
Thank you so
Land
much.
Shark stuff. So, Alan, if you're listening,
Big shout out
thank
to you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was awesome, and we're going to get those gifts ready to go for you guys. Also, tonight's show on Stump the Chooch. Since we have the honor of the owner of Christoph's, tonight's special guest, special present is going to be a Christophe Ashtray. Nice and
Very,
solid.
very
So
cool.
you want to hold on to that.
Look at that.
Look
It's
at
all right, go ahead.
Look at that. It's got the cutouts for your cigar.
Mhm.
I don't know. Can you see me? Here we are.
Nice.
Very nice. Very nice. Look at that. And it's
So
got
stay on board for that.
embroidered there inside. Very nice.
Definitely.
Beautiful.
Christophe, defining the boutique cigar experience. If you guys want to know more about Christophe, besides listening to the owner tonight, Mr. Glen Case,
What more could you not find
well,
that's on the show tonight?
www.christophe.com. So get yourself ready for that, folks. So thanks again for joining. Also, a shout out for one of the winners of the Smokin'
Oh yeah, the cup.
Cup.
Yeah. The
Jeffrey
Stanley Cup.
Carpenter. Jeffrey Carpenter, if you are listening, we do need your address so I can mail that out.
Somehow it got lost in the shuffle.
So we are waiting to ship your cup out. Jeffrey Carpenter, winner of the Smoke In Cup.
That was about 3 weeks ago, right?
Yes,
Something
and
like
talking
that.
about smoking, guys. I mean, I know we've been pushing it,
Smoking?
but
Who
the
smokes?
smoke in. We all do. Oh, Alan Gold is listening. Alan, hey,
thank
guy,
you. Thank you very much.
You're amazing. We truly appreciate it. Talking about smoking, Honest Abe, guys, get on the website. They got a spectacular event coming up in February.
Yeah.
That the crew is going down. We're able to actually going to do a podcast. It's going to actually try to make history. If you all remember back in the day, Jerry Lewis and the muscular dystrophy telethon, marathon, and all that he had, they're going to do 8-hour show, and they're going to have owners of cigar lines, big people that are going to be part of it.
Jerry's
And,
going to be there too, right?
In spirit. But get on board, get on the website, take a look. They got a spectacular giveaway with tickets. And that's Honest Abe over at Smokin'. So take a look, folks. All righty. And anything else other than that, guys, I'm going to bring on our special guest
out. Yeah.
this evening, the one and only, a friend of ours. And thank you very much for coming on board. The owner of Kristoff Cigars, Glen Case. Glen, how are you?
Glenn.
Greetings, guys. How you guys doing?
All right.
We're glad you're here, that's for sure.
It's great seeing you guys. It's been just been over a year now.
Yeah.
I miss
Yep, for sure. And I thought of you in a sense because I know you're one of your top salesmen there, Kevin Entry, is doing a event at our local cigar lounge, Cuban Experience, this weekend. and I thought it would have been a great time to finally catch up, and just want to bring out to you what you can bring to the audience out here. And we are in 26 countries around the world. I don't know how many you are off and running with. Hopefully that many. But since the last year we've seen you, what has been happening with Kristoff, Glenn?
Well, a lot. And again, thank you for having me, guys. I miss you. It's been a year since I was at the event. We did a interview in Vegas in July last year, and then shortly after did the event at your shop, which is a beautiful shop, by the way. Your hometown shop in Waukegan. And I'm a Chicago native. I'm about an hour southwest of you guys.
Yep.
And kudos to Alan. I've known Alan a long time. You mentioned his name. He's a great guy.
Oh yeah.
I've known him for a long time. He's a great guy. But with Kristoff, we're all kind of dealing with this nonsense with COVID. As you know, the factories in Central America were shut down for about 4 months or more. We're all at about 50 or 60% capacity. So it's a challenge. I mean, we're all kind of coping. Thank God business is good. Unfortunately, with production being down or shut down for 4 months and being at 50% capacity, it's tough for ourselves and many other manufacturers to keep up with demand right now, but we're doing the best we can. And probably by another 30 or 45 days, we should be totally caught up and rocking and rolling again.
Are you having any problems at the docks themselves, bringing in the containers and stuff like that, or is that coming pretty smooth?
No, that's going fine. They had shut down prior to the factories getting shut down earlier this year. They actually stopped air freight going from the Dominican to Miami, where our warehouse is at.
Oh.
But now that things have opened up, we've got no issues getting product into Miami and clearing customs. So that's not the problem.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
You don't need any complications. What's new though? What's happening as far as the products themselves? Anything happening? A new cigar might be coming out, or?
Right. So the plan was to introduce something new at the show this year in Vegas at PCA.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that didn't happen because the factory was shut down. I don't want to share too much because I don't want to get ahead of it, but we're really excited about this. We've purchased a very, very large amount of tobacco that I'm not even certain anyone has used it in the past. And it's going to be an exciting adventure when we eventually launch it. I'm guessing it's probably going to be late first quarter, maybe early mid second quarter next year.
Okay.
Okay. You don't want to share it with us because we won't tell anybody.
Our lips are sealed.
Yeah. We'll keep between us girls, right?
Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
No, but so we've got an exciting project coming up. And again, we just need to get the factory up to full production and get that rolling and back on track. I'm coming out with a new, actually, let me talk about this one. So I'm smoking my San Andreas TAA.
Mm-hmm.
So we're a member of TAA for, I think, 11 or 12 years now. It's a kind of a small exclusive group of manufacturers and retailers. There's about 75 retailers from across the country and about 35 manufacturers. So it's an honor to be part of that organization. And we did this last year. This was a limited production run. I think we did about 600 boxes of the San Andreas box press. You can kind of see the TA logo on underneath there. It's hard to see, but delicious cigar in that box press format. It smokes incredibly well. And we'll
looks like a nice dark Maduro.
It is. It's San Andreas Maduro.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
Very rich, very, very rich. Coffee, cocoa bean. There's some spice.
Cool.
It's kind of a sweet coffee cream finish in the back end.
Oh, nice.
Delicious.
Very nice.
What would you pair that with?
Funny you should ask, my friend. With a little,
there we go.
A little rye whiskey.
Ah, yes.
Goes really well. Yeah.
There you go.
Very good.
Yeah, the flavor notes in this, and it's probably a medium plus cigar, so it pairs well with that rye whiskey.
Awesome.
Everything goes with whiskey.
Will, by any chance, before I forget, any thoughts about making it to Saturday's show or event that we might see you in person?
I'm going to have to take a pass, and I'll share why.
All right, cool.
I ended up coming down with COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I'm
to me.
Yeah. So I'm probably about 2.5 weeks out from that. I just don't want to take any chances.
Yeah.
But it was really no big deal. Cold, flu symptoms, and lost my sense of taste and smell. Fortunately, that's coming back, so I can taste this. And
good.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because they were saying in some cases, a lot of people may never get their taste back. Can you imagine that?
No.
What a horror that would be to go through life.
Especially in this business, that would be terrible.
Oh my God.
It would be awful. I mean, for about a week and a half, it was my wife and I smoke cigars. I make a special cigar for her, and we're out smoking cigars on the back screen and porch or here in my cigar room, and I'm like, this blows. I can't taste anything.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it's coming back.
Good.
Nice. Very good.
Nice. Before I forget, I just wanted to know, how is the Kristoff cigar doing for you guys? Because I love the name.
Oh, the Kristoff. It's doing awesome. Yeah, it's probably in our top 3 bestsellers. It's our fullest bodied cigar we make, but it's very deceiving because it's very smooth. So I've had people tell me as they smoke it, the first inch or so, they're like, Glenn, this is not strong at all. I'm like, just relax. It'll kick in. But it's so smooth that it's deceiving. It's not that kind of kick in the teeth where, you're trying to prove a point, smoking a strong cigar. I always say those kind of cigars are really easy to make, but if you can make a full-bodied cigar that's very smooth and full of flavor and is very savory, it kicks in. And I'll have people come up to me about 10, 15 minutes later going, holy cow, this really caught up to me. So it's a great smoke, and it's doing incredibly well.
Well, I know I like it. Yeah, I like it a lot.
There is that sneak attack that you're talking about. But as long as you know that you're ready for it, you'll understand. Like the first timers catch that. That's probably their.
Just eat a good meal before it. You'll be fine.
It's not for the weak.
Right.
Well, if you have a good meal like Kyle, right? Kyle said you eat good, before a good strong cigar at night, whatever.
Have a good steak and potatoes dinner. Get that stomach fit. You're good to go for the night.
Right on.
Absolutely. Not one for first thing in the morning. I wouldn't say.
No. Not unless you put.
Not if you're an amateur. If you're an amateur, forget it. Don't even go try it. Don't try this at home.
Yeah.
You'll get the shakes, man.
I hear you. How's everything else going otherwise around the nation with the product? How's distribution going for you?
It's good. I mean, we had a significant back order issue when this whole thing started, and it sort of continued on as the factory was shut down. And as we went to, even when we reopened at 50% production, it's been a challenge, again, like us and many other manufacturers to get caught up, but we're getting there. And, thank God it's been an amazing year in terms of sales. Mm-hmm. Probably it will be a record year for us, but it's just.
You and everybody else is saying the same thing, because people are sitting home instead of maybe 1 a night. It's maybe 3 during the day.
Exactly.
They're stuck at home, and it's a pastime, and people are looking to do something. We've heard that. We heard a lot of the other owners saying the same thing, that it's a record year, which is wonderful. Wonderful.
Right. It's amazing. I mean, you think about it, you think, the sky's falling, and, but I'm talking to customers of ours, and they're doing phenomenal. Manufacturers are doing incredibly well. So, it's been a blessing. It's good.
So we should keep this thing for a while. What do you think?
What's that?
We should keep this scare around for a while.
I don't know about that, because I want to get back on the road, guys.
Well,
I haven't traveled since I think February was my last trip, and then the lockdown happened shortly after. So I'm itching to get back on the road. My wife is like, "When are you going to get back on the road? Seriously."
Not enough of you, huh?
Well, you're saving a lot of travel and expense money, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that is so true. And if Jared, our VP of sales, Jared Trudeau, you know, we've had our sales reps on lockdown since this whole thing happened in March. And that includes Jared and all the sales reps throughout the country. And you're right. I mean, expenses are way down. I mean, no one's driving anywhere, no hotels, no airfare.
You board your private jet and visit them, don't you?
Right. Wait, which private jet are you talking about?
The Lear.
The Lear, yeah.
I like the Cessna CJ4. That's my personal best one right there.
I like that. Kyle, I'm with you on that one.
Mine's made from Monogram, about this big.
Mine is the little balsa wood one that has on it, and you kind of let it go.
Yeah,
with the rubber band.
Yeah, with the rubber band.
Right.
Well, you got me all beat. I'm in a matchbox. You know?
Just don't wind it up too much where you break the rubber band. I hate when that happens.
That can piss you off. Definitely.
Got to send it to the shop for a week.
Out of it, you know, and you can't get it back.
Right. We're starting to date ourselves right now. Kyle's like,
Kyle.
I have no idea what you guys are even talking about.
No. I lost.
I'm still playing with that stuff.
Yeah. I can. There's a tree in Indiana that has probably 15 of those balsa planes that I've had.
Oh, that's funny.
You only get one shot. And when it hits the first time, that's it. It's in pieces.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to miss you guys though this Friday. Kevin's a great guy. He's one of our rock star sales reps. He's an awesome guy, a dear friend, and he'll do a great job. I'll miss being there with you guys on that event.
And then we'll miss you, but
next time
we'll support.
Next time, you know.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. The last time I was there, man, you guys packed the house. It was insane.
Yeah.
Well, wherever we go, we get that response.
Yeah. They have their following.
You know?
The phone book is here. We're finally somebody.
I mean, Bob has all of his friends come, and they all have their walkers and canes.
Actually, now we're using the scooters.
Oh, yeah.
Electric scooters. They've upgraded.
The runabouts.
The little rascals.
Buy a cigar. That's all that matters, you know?
That's funny. That's too funny.
So something for you, Kevin.
Go ahead.
So we've had quite a few new listeners, new subscribers come on. Would you mind telling us about like your history of how you got into the cigar business, where you started off from, where you got to, and how you got to now?
Sure. I'll give you the Reader's Digest version.
So I 10 years old, right? When you started, I remember that.
Right, exactly. I think I might have been 11, but we're in the ballpark. Now, I spent 19 years in corporate, all in the financial services industry. The last 9 years of my career, I was an executive at one of the top 3 banks in the country, one based here in Chicago, and just got tired of the politics, the bureaucracy. And at the time, my wife was an independent broker, repping for a number of different manufacturers. And so I quit my corporate job, and we partnered up, and we were brokering cigars together. And about 6 months later, and for any of those brokers out there listening, or anyone that's familiar with the brokerage business, as a new manufacturer, you start off with a broker because there's no overhead expense, right? It's 100% commission, and so that's the most economical way to start a company and get your sales force out there. And at the time, one of our largest manufacturers, again 6 months into doing this, called up and said, "Hey, you guys have done a great job. You got a product everywhere, and you're fired." Oh. Now, my wife was used to that. She had been a broker for a number of years, and so she was used to finding new brands, building it up, losing it, finding a new brand, building it up, losing it. And so I looked at her. I said, "Hey, hon, look, I can't do this. I can't live that way. So I think I'm going to start my own cigar company." And she's like, "What do you know about starting a cigar company or making cigars?" I said, "You know what? I don't know, but I'm going to figure it out really quick." So I did. So I met a gentleman, Rolando Villamil, who's been in the industry for decades and decades and decades. And he actually flew to Chicago to ask us to rep his line. And we said, you know what, we're not going to do it, but I'm looking to either buy or build a factory to start my own cigar company. He said, come on down to Dominican. We've got a beautiful factory, lots of excess capacity. If you like what you see, come down, blend your cigars, design your packaging, and we'll oversee production. So within 2 weeks, I was down in the Dominican in Santiago. Took a tour of the facility. There's two 20,000 square foot factories, and liked what I saw. Rolando is a dear friend. I consider him a brother of mine. He's worked with people like Henke Kellner and Ernesto Carrillo, and many other big names in the industry. And so that's what I did. I went down there, loved it, and started blending cigars. And here we are, 16 years later this month.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's awesome to be in a very competitive industry full of boutiques. I mean, you've been out there a lot longer than some of the new guys that have come aboard, and you made it. You made it, buddy. So congrats.
Yeah, thank God. And when I started the company, it wasn't Kristoff Cigars. So a little backstory on that. The legal entity of the company is called Exclusive Cigars. So I'd come out with lots of different blends called lots of different things. Mm-hmm. And I wish I could say they all succeeded, but they didn't. Blending is an art. There's no science behind it. And so after about a year of blending and launching different blends and different cigars, I finally came out with the first Kristoff cigar. And that's the one that really, really put us on the map. And so within about a year after that.
How did you get the name?
I was just going to ask.
Thank you. Yeah. So Kristoff is named after our son, Christopher. Yep. So, but, we wanted to, I'm mostly German. So Kristoff, the way we spell it, is not the way Christopher spells his name, but it had, I think, a better look, a better feel, better sound to it. So, that's what we did.
Okay.
Awesome.
And then anything that wasn't called Kristoff, we rebranded as Kristoff. And if it wasn't doing well, we just discontinued it, and here we are. So
nice.
How many
Kristoff Cigars.
line now?
I'm sorry?
What's the full line consist of? How many different cigars now?
SKUs were probably at about 140 SKUs.
Wow.
Really?
I didn't realize you had that many.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've got about 19, 20 in our premium cigar line. We do 3 different bundled cigars. We do a number of different private labels, which I didn't include in that number. Mm-hmm. But it's been a blessing. We've got an amazing team within the office. Jared Trudeau, our sales manager, VP of sales, does an amazing job. Ward Hall in our office, who's really my right-hand man, just has done an amazing job. And so we're out throughout the U.S., and I think we're in about 40 other countries outside the U.S.
Oh, wow.
And and Ward handles all of our international sales. So it's been good. And I miss my friends in Germany, because normally in September every year, I'm celebrating my birthday in Germany for the Dortmund show. And unfortunately,
not this
that didn't happen either this show.
Yeah.
Is there, not to give a plug to any specific place, but is there any one lounge, I'll use that word, and any particular store that actually has your full line?
Right in Waukegan. There's a number of them, but Cuban Cigar Experience is a huge customer of ours, huge supporter, and incredibly grateful for them.
Your cigars there,
Yeah.
They've got an amazing selection. Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
No,
it is good.
And, having Kevin there too, and like you said earlier, wonderful guy. real chummy. You can become like a brother with him. He's got such a great disposition.
Very personal. Yeah.
Incredibly personal. I love giving, every time I see him, we give each other a big hug. It's awesome. And I can't wait to get back to hugging because this whole COVID thing is driving me nuts.
Well, I think they've outlawed that now. I don't know.
You may get shot doing that now.
What's that, Kyle?
It said you may get shot doing that these days now.
It's crazy
for me, man. So it's been very difficult.
It's been nuts. In fact, it's on this topic, I just made up a bunch of Kristoff face masks for the sales reps and all the employees. So, you got to do what you can to sort of.
You have one there? Can I see it?
I've got to run to my car to get one. If you want to see
No, don't worry about that.
Your office boy, he's got to be out on the road.
Well, I figured he had one there. I wanted to see it.
There you go. It's all good. It's all good.
See, I'm a little slow. I should have thought about it.
Just put one that's just pissed off. That's all.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
That moves. That will move.
Yeah.
I know.
I'll take one.
Crazy stuff. But as far as I know, it's hard to make plans for next year or traveling wise. But if all things do break, I know Vegas is going to be there for you, right?
Exactly. In fact, I just did my booth selection last week via Zoom call.
Okay.
So, of course, it didn't happen this year, but
we'll choice for next year?
Full force.
They gave you a choice for next year?
I'm sorry?
Did they give you a choice for your booth for next year already?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And so we've got a great spot at the show, and we're looking forward to it and getting back and seeing our old friends and our partners in the business. And I miss it. I mean, What can I say?
I think everybody misses the
get-togethers.
Yeah, the camaraderie, the whole spectacle in itself. I mean, it's a happening when you go there.
Are you getting the same booth where you were last year when we interviewed you, or they moved you around?
No, you move around, so it's all based on points and seniority, I guess, if you want to put it that way, within the PCA organization. So we've got a great spot. We're going to be right by Pete and Oliva and a bunch of other bigger guys.
Nice.
So,
We're going to be by the men's room.
Listen, if you ask any of my friends or family, I've got the smallest bladder in the world. So being close to the bathroom is important.
Nice.
We enjoy our drinks. So
Ron spends a lot of his time in the bathroom. He is 20 minutes in the bathroom reading a paper. I don't know what
20 minutes.
20
Come
minutes.
on.
Hey.
You're giving me credit. At least an hour.
I mean, in that, I
Ask what you're doing in the
try to
bathroom.
be the
I
middle
won't
man.
leave it there.
What's that?
I said, I'm not even going to ask what you're doing for an hour in the bathroom. We'll just leave it.
I do a lot of reading.
Sorry.
We know the kind of magazines he hangs around with.
Right.
You ever notice how he's always liking every post on Facebook? Yeah, well, guess where he's at when he's doing that.
Oh, there you go. Makes sense.
You got the label TA. He goes for TNA.
That's good.
Yeah, it's wonderful having an older brother that always shuts you down. Where's that Greyhound bus when I need one?
That's what older brothers are for. Are you kidding? Come on.
Tell me about it. I've learned after 61 years, still waiting for him to kill me.
Kill you.
He's tried many times.
Kill you with love.
That's right. If this is love, I hate to know what hatred is. Oh, God. Anyway, other events other than that, locally or in the country in itself, anything going on that you can possibly go to if it's open?
At this point, nothing really, right?
Well, they're taking information, or they're trying to set up.
What other big events do you do throughout the country in the normal world?
Wow.
I know Vegas is the big one, of course, but what else?
I mean, usually, so on my peak travel time, I was traveling about 220 days a year.
Wow.
That's all.
Until I got a tap on the shoulder from my wife saying, all right, you know,
Time to
where
go.
are you and who are you? Because you're traveling too much. So that was sort of a sanity check.
At least you didn't have come home to papers that you had to sign.
Good Lord, man. I used to So Jared, who's our VP of sales, he was our first in-house sales rep, and he had done such an amazing job as our in-house rep. And as we hired more in-house reps throughout the country, he became the VP of sales and kind of the other face besides behind the company. And so he picked up a lot of that travel.
Okay.
Thank God, he's done an amazing job. So, you know, he's taken over a lot of that, but I've historically in the past, I've done a lot of the big major events throughout the country. And it's kind of nice to have that person, that other face behind the company to sort of.
I mean, you're the
You
boss.
are the face.
You're the
You're it.
boss.
You're
You
the
should be
man.
sitting at poolside every day, just, you know, taking the phone call saying, how much did you make today?
Right.
What's the envelope? How much is in the envelope?
Give me the number for the orders. That's all.
That's right. That's right. No,
I have a
but
question for you, Glenn.
yes.
So who comes up with some of the names of your cigars? Because I'm looking at the website and I'm seeing the Christania. I love the name. How did that come about?
He was a Greek god, right?
That's right.
Right. That's very romantic. It's not quite that exciting, but it's intriguing. So no, that's a good question. So the Cristania is actually a combination of my daughter Brittany and our son Christopher. So it was Kristoff Britannia, which I had a cigar named after her called the Britannia. And we sort of combine those two to come up with Cristania.
Nice.
There we go.
Very nice.
Love
Yeah.
Are you going to maybe name one Germania?
Yeah,
You know, I mean, we
hey,
gotta
that's a good idea.
yeah, get roots in there, you know?
Absolutely.
We got a question from the audience. Bruce Stark wants to know, how did you come up with the pissed off name?
Oh, he was mad that day. I remember
Yeah.
that.
I'm still very
Sales
angry
were
about
down.
it, trust me. No, that's a good question. So I was doing a big multi-manufacturer event in Atlanta, and there was probably about 600-700 people there. Good customer out there sponsored the event, and so there was, I don't know how many manufacturers were there, but a gentleman came up to me and he said, "Glenn, I've been smoking your cigars for years. I love them. I've got a great idea." Now, guys, I've heard this a lot. I've got a great idea. So I'm like, okay, here we go. So he goes, "You got to come up with a cigar called the Pissed Off Christophe." I go, "You know what? I actually like that."
Yes.
So
Gotcha.
my wife and I are very strong in our faith, and so instead of literally calling it the Pissed Off Christophe, I did a play on Christophe, right? So it's P-A-S-T-O-F-F. So the Pissed Off Christophe, and he's like, "Look, you can have the name. All I want is the first box of cigars that you come out with." I said, "Done."
Deal.
So a year later, I was back at the same event, and I had a bundle of cigars. There was no band on it yet. The blend was finalized. And unfortunately, this gentleman was not well, so he couldn't make it to the event. So I left that with the shop owner and said, "Here, give it to this gentleman." And so that's where the name came from. It was literally a customer of Kristoff that just loves the brand and came up with the idea. So once we came out with the first box, autographed a box for him and sent that over to him as well. And so that's where the name came from.
I think it's catchy. I
I
think
love
a
it.
lot of people
I
are
love
going to
it.
try it just for the name.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. So it's a fun story, and it's
You gotta have some humor, you know?
100%.
And then Vengeance.
Vengeance. Oh.
Ooh.
Well, after you get pissed off,
Off, and you get vengeance. This sounds more like an Italian mob family kind of
Well,
thing.
that's the one that Barry Bones Argento said. Vengeance. What did he say? Vengeance is a fantastic smoke. So talk to us about Vengeance.
So Vengeance. Okay. So the story behind Vengeance. So while we were brokering cigars, one of the manufacturers we brokered for, you might have heard of him, Rocky Patel.
Never heard of him.
No, did you hear Rocky?
No.
Never.
Rocky Balboa, right?
No.
Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
Patel, he sells hot dogs in that stand up the block, doesn't he?
Right.
No, we know Rocky. We hang out with Nish Patel also at the Cuban when he stops in.
There you go. Yeah, Nish, Nimish, and Rocky, great guys, great friends, and just it's a pleasure to have been able to do business with them. So when we were brokering for them, Rocky was actually at her house, and I told the story about wanting to make her own cigars. And Rocky was at our house, and we're having dinner, and I said, you know what? We'd love to come out with our own cigar. And he says, Glenn, no problem. I'll make a cigar for you. You come down, we blend. That's my best Rocky impersonation.
You sound just like him, though.
Right.
Do it again. Do it again.
So the next time I was in Honduras, we sat down, Rocky and Jesus Fuego, who was working with him at the time, we blended the very first Vengeance. So the name, I have no problem sharing this now, but this was after we lost one of our huge manufacturers as a broker. So it was a little bit of taking vengeance, right, on the industry as a broker. So Rocky made that until we finally got our factory going in the DR, and Rocky stopped making it. And then we actually started reproducing it in the Dominican Santiago at our factory. So
that's interesting. Okay, so you got Kristoff, you got Vengeance. What's the next one?
Good Lord.
It's only business. It's only business.
I'm done being angry. It's all good. It's all good, guys.
You can have it murdered by the third degree, you know?
Right.
Well, that's great. That is great. Any other new names or something else? Or how often do you like? How many times a year would you like to put out a new cigar? Are you look for like one a year, or 2, 3 a year? How far do you want to take this to?
Now, the cigar you're smoking, is that going to be launched soon, you said?
I'm sorry, say that again?
The cigar that you're smoking, will that be launched soon?
Well, the one I'm smoking now, this was, again, for just TA members only. So as a TA member, only 75 retailers in the country that are members of TA can carry it. I think we did 600 or 700 boxes of this, and we sold out immediately last year. So it's not even available.
Okay.
But we'll come out with something new again for TA next year. And I'm still working on that one. But
we got a suggestion from one of our viewers here, Guillermo Alvarez Jr. says you need to make a cigar called the COVID.
I don't know if anybody wants to remember this when it goes away, but how about the cure?
The cure, yeah, the cure. There
Cure is better.
Yeah, the COVID cure. There we are.
Oh, that's funny. That's too funny. But to answer your question about how many new cigars I want to come out with a year, it's sort of a double-edged sword, guys. So here's the problem, or I won't call it a problem. It's a challenge and an opportunity.
Okay.
So retailers, many times, I'll generalize this, will say, you know, we're tired of all this new stuff coming out. Every manufacturer's got something new, and there's almost only so much space on the shelf, right?
Right. That's a big one.
Right. So we try to temper the amount of new product coming out. But at the same time, the end consumers are asking them, what's new?
What's new? That's always on everybody's, on the tongue. As soon as you go into a place, well, what's new, you know?
Right.
We hear it from a lot of lounge owners. That's like the number one question.
Exactly. So the end consumer wants something new. Retailers do and don't want something new because there's only so much space on the shelf. You know, it's a difficult balance to keep in check there. So, you know, we might do one new a year. We might skip a year and then maybe come out with something like 2 in a year. So it really kind of depends on where we're at and new tobaccos that we're playing with and blending with. And so we want to make it special if we do come out with something new.
Now, if you came out with something new, I know, again, shelf space is crucial. Would you retire something in order to produce something new? Would you retire something that's on the line already for that reason?
We would retire something only if it's not doing what we expect it to do, right? So not everything's going to be a home run. And so you got to sit back and look at what's doing well, whether it's blends or sizes. You know, different Vitolas do better than others, obviously.
Sure.
So we won't necessarily discontinue something new, but if something's just not doing well and we've been working at it for a while and working at it and it's just not working for whatever reason,
it doesn't click. Yeah, it doesn't click.
It doesn't work, right? So as a manufacturer, you got to take a step back and go, look, it's not doing well. So let's change it or get rid of it.
I have an idea. I'll talk to you about it later. So
I'm all ears. Come on.
By the way, Barry said the GTO already has La Cura, the cure. So that's already taken. Man. Sorry, we gave you a thought, but someone beat you to it.
Wow.
Thanks. I want another idea then. Come on, bring it on.
We're coming. We're working on it. We're working on it. Yeah. But it's pretty good. Who do you actually do the blending yourself? You go to DR, and are you and how many others sitting there and put together the tobaccos? I mean, do you have a crew?
Well, I'm sure you sit at the round table and everybody's going to give an opinion, right?
Yes and no. So Rolando Villamil, who I mentioned before, he runs the factory. He's the man. It's pretty much him and I that will sit down and blend cigars. Occasional, we'll have one of our suppliers. We don't grow our own tobacco, as many manufacturers don't. Some do that are vertically integrated. But if that grower says, hey, we've got this great hybrid tobacco, whether it's wrapper, binder, filler, doesn't matter. We'll start playing around with that and try to come up with something that seems to work.
Right.
But it's pretty much Rolando and I. And then,
from a consumer's opinion, you know, you could send me one, and I would be more than happy to let you know what I think of it.
He just said, "Send him one." Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What makes you just so special?
Because I threw it out there. It's my idea.
hey, he's your senior, Ronnie. Come on.
The oldest.
But he's 110 years old. You know.
I still demand respect.
Geez, I get no
That's
respect.
Good. Respect. Hey, forget about it.
Hey, from a German to an Italian, he sounds pretty good.
But, you know, to that point, I will give out some new blends to some people I think have a good palate and say, tell me what you think, honestly. And just, you know, I'll get feedback. And then,
have to have it.
So listen, the next one I come out with, I might send you guys a few to smoke.
No.
Oh, don't tell nobody.
Right.
Barry got a few names. He said the Redemption.
Oh,
Bruce says the Quarantine. You know.
Oh, I like that. The Quarantine.
Yeah.
There you go, Bruce. You're not getting a cigar yet, though. We are.
yeah. They're getting the virus.
We'll tell you how it is,
That's
Bruce.
good.
That's going to sell.
I know it
That's
will.
going
It
to
will.
sell the virus. Oh,
I just patented it.
I'll beat you to the post office.
The 19.
Getting back to naming for a second, if you kind of look at our line, I've gotten to the point where I want to make it as descriptive as possible. Now, Vengeance is not descriptive. Pissed Off is not descriptive, but you know, you look at the Sumatra or the Connecticut, you know, those are very descriptive names. People kind of get a sense of what they might be getting into.
Sure.
In terms of the naming configuration. So we want to try to keep it simple. The original Maduro, the Criollo, it's sort of, you kind of know what you're getting when you pick it up.
Yeah, tonight I got the sun-grown Robusto.
Hey, that's brother Kyle. That's my next one on.
Oh,
on
yes.
board.
There you go.
Look at that. Well,
Now-
I got the Cameroon. What do you think?
I love the Cameroon, and that's a true 7.5-year aged African Cameroon. It's a delicious cigar. That one took me, I don't know, probably 3.5, 4 years to come up with that blend.
Wow.
It was tough. That was the toughest cigar to blend for me, to be honest. But I think
Delicious.
it is amazing,
Full of
right? Thank
taste.
you.
Full of taste.
How did you
love that
get
cigar.
into the actual blending process itself? I know everyone has a feeling of what they like, but as far as choosing the exact leaf to get you to where you're trying to get to with the cigar itself, how did you get that experience?
Right. So this is where the art comes in, right? So, there's different fillers you use, different binders, obviously you have access to, and wrappers. So what I do, it's kind of a more clinical approach, right? So I'll smoke a specific filler from a specific region, a specific type of tobacco. I'll smoke it by itself, so it looks like almost like a backwoods.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. This is a puro, whatever that leaf
Like
is.
a bent twig or something while you smoke.
Exactly.
A blunt.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly
Well,
right.
wait a second. That's not legal in every state yet. But
Oh, but yeah, so I'll smoke each tobacco, each leaf individually, and I'll make notes in terms of strength profile, whether it's seco, viso, ligero, and then I'll, whether it's peppery, spicy, sweet, savory, nutty, whatever that might be, and I'll do that with lots of different tobaccos, and then it's sort of like cooking, right? So when you cook, you want to use different seasonings that complement one another. It's the same with tobacco. If you've got a spicy tobacco, you might want to pair that with a sweeter tobacco to sort of balance those two out.
right.
That's exactly what I do. So I look at all of my notes on all these different tobaccos, wrapper, binder, filler, and then start looking at what's going to complement each other to create a very well-balanced cigar. And
But
then
you have
start,
a goal already in mind about what you're trying to get to.
Yeah, and that's true. So, whether it's a fuller bodied cigar, and Nicaraguan puros are very popular right now. So I always try to cater to what's popular for the market and what's in demand, and then come up with a blend that's going to work, that I think is going to work.
Have you guys ever done a barrel aged cigar?
We have not.
Gave you an idea.
Oh,
There we
we're
go.
drinking barrel aged.
I'm gonna take a quick note. Hold on 1 second.
Well, there you go. People are looking for all that. There's a lot, like Kyle says, a lot going to this barreled aged tasting. Is that something that you have thought about, or is too much competition in that?
I got to be careful. I'm working on something new.
Oh.
Okay.
Again, it's just between us.
It's just
Right,
between
right.
us girls.
Everyone else, turn off your monitors, turn off,
Please
We have
walk
a
away.
device. No one can hear. Just let us
Right.
know when I have to
Plug
press
your
the button.
fingers in your ears. You can't listen to this.
So I am working on something. In fact, Jared and I will be flying out in December to. I don't want to disclose too
No,
much,
that's okay.
That's right.
That's
All
okay.
right, don't worry about it.
but we're working on something that I think is going to be very exciting, and
Cool.
kind of touches on what you're talking about right now. So
Oh,
You
all
have
right.
to have some
Stay
kind
tuned.
of release
Uh-huh.
date on that.
No, he's in the
No, I'm
process
just
of
asking
working.
because this way we would like to get you on
Yeah, but
again.
he doesn't want to talk
before
about it. You
the
don't get it.
release
He
date.
doesn't want to talk about it.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you guys the exclusive. Once we get this nailed down,
All right.
I promise you guys will have the exclusive.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice.
Very good.
Awesome.
Very
All right.
That's awesome.
That's coming with that box of cigars too, right?
Of course.
The pissed off, the top of that cigar, it looks like a fuse to a stick of dynamite. Was that purposeful?
It actually was. So one of our signatures is the pigtail, right?
Right.
Big deal, yeah.
But the pissed off, we wanted to have a different look that sort of describes or looks the way it might sound, like pissed off, like a wick, like you said. That's a great description.
Nice.
So yeah, that was all part of the design for that particular cigar.
Nice. I love it.
Wait till you smoke it, Frank.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm
It's
You never
absolutely-
smoked it? Oh,
no,
man.
no.
Oh, you know, that lounge by you got to get somebody down there.
Well,
I
you
know.
I
mean-
mean, talk to, was it Jeff you said that's
Yeah.
down in the area?
From Corona. We'll have to put some pressure.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you
yeah,
got to
yeah.
go
Yeah,
down
yeah.
there and
It
give
really
him
is.
offer
Very,
he
very
can't
enjoyable.
refuse.
I can make an offer he can't refuse.
I know.
Does he like horses?
Yeah.
I'll give you a commission if you get it back in there. That's
There
good.
you go.
There you go.
Oh, hey,
Oh,
Frankie.
you challenged the wrong
Frankie.
guy. I know. It'll be 24/7 for you. Send him the information. He'll go to town. Believe me.
Oh boy, that's a challenge and a half.
You know, Frank in challenges, he'll take you up on it. Well, why not? I mean, if you can get him down there, it's only beneficial to everybody.
Yeah. Question for you too, Glenn. What is your sales on internet versus brick and mortar? Do you have numbers based on that, and what's doing better?
Right. So that's a really good question. And I think most manufacturers right now would tell you the same thing. With COVID, we've had a huge burst on internet catalog, online sales, just because of, shops weren't open, or it was curbside service only, or, whatever. And people are just afraid to go out. So this year we saw a huge jump in internet sales, and we're with all the big guys like everyone else is, but
What about the
it is-
norm?
I'm sorry.
Take this out of the equation. The norm. What do you think? The big?
I've always said, look, the brick and mortar brought me to this dance, so we support the brick and mortar. All of our product is price guaranteed. We price protected online. If somebody discounts, too much, which is more than 10%, we'll just say, I'm sorry, we're going to have to part ways. But our partners on the online side have been great partners. I mean, great, and they've abided by that. So we're grateful and thankful for that. But most of our stuff is typically brick and mortar, the large majority of it.
Right.
So
Places that just simply don't have a local brick and mortar that carries Kristoff, what can that individual? Because there's a lot of people online. I got Valeria in Greece; she's on board. Like that's an international market. I know you said you have that. Are you in Greece? Do you have cigars in Greece that you know?
I wish Ward was on this because he could tell me.
No, I just want to throw it. I don't mean to throw you a curveball.
There's a number of large retailers throughout the world that ship everywhere. So Cigar World in Germany is a huge customer of ours. They're the largest online retailer in Europe, period.
Oh, really?
So Cigar World certainly could probably get product to Greece if we're not there already.
Okay.
So if you just have to kind of go online and search around a little bit, but Cigar World would be a good option. I'll tell you a quick story. I was camping. One of the things we enjoy doing is camping. It's more like glamping because it's a 35-foot travel trailer. And
That ain't camping. No,
That's not camping.
but I like it. Go ahead.
That's my kind of camping.
Yeah.
So
When you get to a certain age.
So this particular campground we were at, the owner came up to me and he says, and he's a cigar smoker. He goes, Glenn, I was in Aruba and I went to a shop and they've got countless facings of your product in Aruba.
Nice.
So I'm like, awesome. That's great. So I called up Ward. I'm like, hey, Ward, are we in Aruba? He goes, dude, it's like, this guy's one of our best accounts anywhere. I'm like, okay, great.
Nice.
Thanks.
Oh, wow.
That's
Okay.
But we're all over Europe and the Middle East. We're all over the place. But yeah, so it's been good. It's been a blessing.
Nice. Well,
Awesome.
maybe we can. Are you in smoking by any chance? 13 shops. So you with Honest Dave.
Love Abe. Honest Dave. Love Abe.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to be maybe going to the Great Smoke down there in February? We've got a big to-do going on. It's going to be an 8-hour marathon. And we're going to be there doing a show.
We are.
I've done that event many, many a times. In fact, one year I sat in the dunk tank, which was an experience.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So we'll see. I hope I can make it this year.
The dunk tank is filled with ice this year, by the way, just to let you know.
Good Lord, man.
I want to go to the one filled with bourbon. And I want everybody to hit it. Maybe I'll even hit the
hit it yourself. Why not?
Love it. No, Abe's a great guy, great customer of ours, and he's just an awesome guy. A quick story about Abe, since you brought him up. One of the first time I met him, this is years and years ago, I was describing one of my cigars, the Sumatra, and I said, I described it as it's got a very traditional Cuban cigar flavor, which is sort of kind of a velvety floral note. And he interrupted me, and I'll hold out the
expletive.
Thank you. He goes, did you just say velvety floral notes to me? I'm like, no, I never said that. But Abe's a great guy.
Yeah,
we met him last year at his lounge in Palm Beach.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Great place.
He's got a great great package going out for this he calls it historic event. It's an 8-hour marathon, and he's got a tremendous package going out. We try to talk to everybody as they're listening. I think it's like $169 value for over $450 retail package. So anybody, if you're listening,
top shelf cigars.
Jump online, catch Honest Abe at Smoking, get yourself involved, and there's a few other gigs that he's got going on. So that's good that you're part of that, because a really super guy.
And, I've seen his posts on Facebook. He's rocking it down there with that whole program he's got going on. I'm very happy for him. It's awesome.
That's awesome too. We're coming up on the hour, so I was just wondering if you like to stay on board. We're going to go to our next segment called Stump the Chooch. If you're interested in this, way we're going to give away.
I want to see how stupid we are.
Giving away this.
That's easy. That's easy.
Ashtray. And again, if you want to know anything about Christophe, you can go on www.christophe.com, folks, and you stay on board on Facebook and answer Cousin Frank's question. You are the winner of this nice, beautiful ashtray, and we'll get that out to you guys.
One real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll hang out for a while. Yeah, man.
One real quick thing before you go to the Stump the Chew section. Bruce S. Didn't Glenn make a Kristoff firecracker a while back?
Yes. So we did that for Dave Garofalo, our dear friend. He's just an awesome guy, a great partner of ours. So we did the pissed off firecracker for him. He comes out with a firecracker with different manufacturers each year, and just rocked it. That cigar just went through the roof. So yeah, that's through Two Guys Smoke Shop.
Oh wow! Do you still produce the firecracker, or is that done?
It's done. If he wants to buy some more, we'll do it. But we did a boatload of the pissed off firecrackers for him, and it rocked. So, but I love Dave. Love Dave.
Awesome. Well, thanks so far there, Glenn. And stick on board, folks. We are going to go to the next segment, the one and only Cousin Frank and Stump the Chooch. Take it away, Frank.
There we go. Here I am. As you can tell, Glenn, here's my fan club, which is Ron is on the left, Bob is in the middle, Kyle is right, the eye over my shoulder, and I'm the shy one looking in.
We can't see that.
Is this why they call you guys jackasses or what?
You got it. Yeah,
that's the reason.
But you have to say it in Italian.
Yes. We're chooches.
Love it.
So, all right, Frank, talk to us about history.
All right. Well, everyone knows that I love history, and especially what happens around this time in history. So this week in history, a lot of interesting things has happened. So I'm going to see if these guys know a little bit about history. So in during this week in history in 1863.
Only Bob was born.
Yeah.
Bob was born just about a year before. I think Bob was in diapers.
I think so.
When Bob was 3 years old.
4, don't lie.
Ronnie, you're in striking distance of Bob, just so you know.
I've been in striking distance my whole life. What do you-
So this famous address was given by a former president. What was the address and who was the president?
Abe Lincoln was the president,
Yes.
and the address was the
Gettysburg.
Gettysburg.
There we go. All right. All right. You guys know a little bit about history then.
Well, that's
a little
only
bit.
one. Come on, give us a break.
All right. All right. This was back in this is just predates 1928. 1928.
I wasn't born yet. No.
This character made its first debut in Steamboat Willie.
Mickey Mouse.
Oh, Mickey Mouse.
There we go.
Mickey
There we go.
Mouse. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. You guys are doing well today. I don't know. I think I'm making it a little too easy. That's
Another
probably-
guy from Chicago, Walt Disney.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Another
Started
Chicago.
out in a garage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh. I'll make one a little bit harder for you because I
Okay.
know, maybe Bob might get this. I don't know. He knows about this kind of stuff. Well, this was let me see what date. I got to get the dates correct because I don't want to, give you the wrong thing. Back in 1970, who sent the first moon rover to land on the moon?
United States.
We sent it.
Russia.
The Soviet Union in 1970 sent the first.
Really? I
Moon
thought we
rover.
did.
I thought we got didn't
No,
We were
no,
the
no,
first
no, no.
person on the moon.
There you go. But they sent the moon rover. They actually sent that moon rover. So look at that. Look at Kyle.
Okay.
Kyle is on fire tonight. I don't know.
Oh, well, he's drinking fire.
And he was just born that year. I'm surprised he realized that.
All right. Well,
Okay.
folks, we got. How about one more for us so we can
One
get
more for
Glenn
you
involved?
guys. All right, let's give you one more.
Let's bring him part of the chooch.
Let's give you one more. This computer company launched its first operating system in 1985. This week in history.
IBM.
The operating.
Oh, that's for
Apple.
Glenn, for Glenn, for
Oh,
Glenn.
oh,
Hey, Glenn, do you agree?
I agree with that.
No.
I was saying
No.
Apple.
1985.
It was
The
Apple.
first operating system that
Apple.
was launched by Microsoft.
Oh, Microsoft.
And it was Windows 1.01.
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
I would not have guessed that one.
And it had a virus right away.
It
Yeah.
did.
I thought it was
It
Apple.
always has
so-
a virus. It but they can cure this virus.
Yeah, but this one they have a cure for. I know.
We got.
Yep.
Hey, just to let you guys know, Javier Alvarez is very hot on answering questions, so maybe he will be a winner tonight. Barry Stark is not going to participate because he already has an ashtray, and he says he would like someone else to have it.
Oh,
So
okay.
thank
Oh,
you.
Nice.
nice.
All right. So we got Barry coming in also. There's a few people out there. So here it is, folks. For the ashtray, this is for you guys out there only. Us choochers will shut our mouths. Frank, go give it away. Kyle and I will watch Facebook for the winners.
All right. Back in This Week in History, 1971, this company releases the first commercial complete central processing unit. 1971. The unit was called 4004. The first CPU commercially available. 1971.
Looking at the answers now. Barry Bones. Kyle says IBM.
Wrong.
Sorry, Barry. Jerry Miller, IBM. No. Mike
Wrong.
Paulette, Intel.
Powelco.
Ding, 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 ding.
It's
Intel.
Mike
Mike, all right.
Powelco.
Intel gets it.
Hello,
Intel
Mike.
gets it.
I'll get that to Kyle, and Kyle will get to that personally to your hands, or I'll see you personally. Very good, Mike. Congratulations. We have a winner.
All right.
All right, Mike.
Ashtray, going
All right,
out.
Mike.
Frank, you're giving out a lot of easy questions tonight.
Well, I want people to feel good about themselves. We're under crisis, and I don't
Hey.
want them to start to be so nervous that they can't get the answers. And then
Yeah, but you like that. You like that nervousness when no one gets the answer.
I do, but you know what? I too have a heart, and I
Are you
wanted somebody
kidding on
to
it?
walk. I do.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Hey, he gives it to me all the time.
I'm like the lion from what was that? What was that show?
The Tin Man Show. Yeah.
Without a heart. Glenn, we want to thank you so much for coming on board. It's been a pleasure. And yes, we haven't seen you personally, but it was great to see you here.
Hopefully we
on
see you
Zoom.
soon, buddy.
Guys, great seeing you guys. Awesome talking virtually. Hopefully soon we can talk face to face.
Let's not make it another year, okay?
Thank you.
Not
It was
another
really an honor
year.
to be
Thank you
on.
for coming on.
Thank
buddy.
you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Saturday, and we'll keep you guys going, and we'll promote as usual.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Feel
And I'll
better?
tell you about that idea I have later on.
Done.
So long.
Thanks,
Good night,
Glenn.
Glenn.
Thank you.
God
Well,
bless.
that was Glen Case with Kristoff Cigars. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we're as usual. We're thank you so much for joining us and having your watch parties and spread the word. Until next Tuesday. Oh, next Tuesday, folks. Next Tuesday. Remember all the donations you guys made to our military red, white, and blue?
Oh, yes.
Well, we've got Jerry Feliciano from Briar Nation coming on and talking about what's happening with our military men and women that are serving.
And hopefully he gets
Briar
our
Nation.
package.
And
by
yes,
then.
the package has been mailed.
It
The
has been.
packages
Yeah,
has
multiple.
been mailed out, and from what he tells me, he couldn't thank us enough for all the donations. And we'll pick that up again next year for 2021. And so stay on board, folks. We'll catch you next week, same time, same place, same channel.
Same bat channel.
Same bad channel.
I didn't say that channel. I said smoking channel.
Hey, there we
Good
go.
night, Glenn.
Good
Thank
night,
you.
Glenn.
Bye,
Thank you.
Good
Thank
night,
you
guys.
again. Thank
So
you.
long.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
God
good
bless.
one. Good night,
bless.
everybody.